What's up, disc golf fans, and welcome back to GK Pro's coverage of the 2019 Veterans Park Open, presented by Kratom and Legacy Discs. We're here for the back nine at the VPO original course. Playing 18 holes today in the muddy conditions. As you can see, the signature star hole there. We've got Emerson at 1 over, myself at even, GT Hancock at 1 under, and Nikko Locastro, two-time player of the year, at 2 under par. Okay, and here we go. Hole 10, 291 feet, 87 meters, uphill shot. Now with the drone, you can see the basket very easily. Without the drone, you've got to walk up about 3/4 of the way and kind of get a look at which tree the basket's near. I'll bet you this hole was really tough back in the day when they had like the Scorpion and the Viper to throw. But these days, these guys have some fast discs, and Emerson's looking at coming in hot with probably a defender here. He's throwing that nice and high. That's got a really good look to it. Dropping down, and oh man, that was looking so clean. But I really like the line that he had there. Now, GT Hancock, sponsored by Prodigy, he's going to be playing his D1, and maybe just a little tight. Yeah, he's going to be guarded in there pretty good. This hole, I'm just trying to stay on my feet. Taking the fastest, the Scorpius, and it got a little wide on me, and I'm looking for a late hook, and it gets caught up. Not exactly where you want to be, about 75 or 80 feet down. And Nikko really struggling with the mud, puts down the towel and hammers that shot right over the front.
Go, baby.
And that's looking so good. I think he threw it too far. He did. It just never hooked up for him. Thank you. Sometimes when the putter doesn't feel too good, you just got to chip one in. About a 75-footer. That one's going nowhere. Try to jog it out a little bit. And I love that KC AVR. Emerson from about 50. Trying to keep the momentum rolling just off the top band there. Nikko, he's probably got 40-footer or so. It's a little hot. I mean, without the trees, he would have burned it OB. I mean, he smashed that drive. Making sure he can get under it. Oh, and he put it up in the air. I remember him saying, lift it up, and he lifted that one up just a little bit too much. GT. Bang. Nice putt. Really kind of a technical putt there. Through the trees. Great look. Emerson. High. Heart. That is in for the 3. He's got a really powerful putt. Nikko wasn't too happy with the miss there on his previous shot. He's focusing this one in. Oh, you can tell he's not happy with the look. On to hole 11, 300-foot par 3, 91 meters. This is the signature hole on the course. You've got 2 gaps to hit. You've got a left gap and a right gap. Just pick one and execute right out into the open field. It's kind of where the open part of this course starts, and it gets a lot breezier. As you can see why it's one of the signature holes on the course. A cool little star green with the Texas flag there. GT playing a mid-range straight out. That's just a little short. Now I'm going to be playing a pre-flight number Domi Star Firebird. found this in the bin at Maple Hill, and I love the way it flies, and just barely crept over. Into the star we go. I think this is my first time ever making it in the star here. Pretty happy about that. And a big thank you to all of our veterans being at Veterans Park. Thank you all so much for your service. Well, looks like Emerson's getting a read on how far the hole is. Oh, that one he just pulled that just a little bit there. I think that was his Explorer, but that one wasn't a clean line. Nikko looking to maybe get a good move on this Discmania disc, and he just pulls it just a little bit, and he gets caught up. Emerson kind of buried in this bush here. I think he gave the wind too much credit on that one. And he puts it long. He's going to have a putt from outside the circle in the wind. Nikko. Very nice shot. Staying in the star. Emerson lining up this putt from about 40 feet. A little right to left wind going on. Oh. Well, that was weird. It dropped like it was a tailwind. That was a tough read from the flag. Well, it's about my least favorite distance to putt in the wind. That's 17 feet. Just far enough to where the wind could do something to the putt. Now for this guy, he's got a very wind acclimated putt, so he's got that weight all the way back, forward. Good putt from Emerson there. It's an unfortunate bogey. I know he wanted a 2 on that hole, so. Nikko up and in. Easy 3. Knowing Nikko, he's not happy with that one at all. He's thinking about it, contemplating what he did wrong, what he could do better next time. GT also with the par. Getting a little stretch on. On to hole 12. This is 557 feet, 170 meters. You're basically throwing in an open field here. Got an OB on the right side and a slight rise to fall in the middle of the fairway. With the conditions here today, I don't see that many 2s happening. I think a 3 is a good number here. But on a nice day, I think this is a very attackable hole and could provide a little bit of stroke separation. You can see the mist is starting to come down, and we've got a little bit of a cross headwind here. Boy, another slip off the tee pad, but, that one just went dead straight, and I'll deal with it. It's not out of bounds. GT looking at his footing. Looking to put a move on the D1 here. That's a nice looking shot. That's got good height to it. A little bit of ground play. He's going to be about 50 foot further than my shot there. That's a good place to be, looking right down at the pin. Nikko's getting ready to blast it. Man, is that silky smooth or what? Good ground play out of it. About the same distance as GT. And Emerson is going to be throwing his defender here. Can't really see it too well with the sky being that color, but that is a good place to be as well. All three of those guys out-threw me by about 50 feet there. It's kind of a weird distance approach. So I was taking the Firebird, and I just left it a little too wide. And you need to get him close today. Just there's very little ground play with that much hyzer, and you got the mud, and it just really stuck in there. So GT with his A2. Oh my goodness. Talk about a tough break, right? Another 6 inches up, and it has a chance to sneak in the basket for the 2. Great run, and kind of an unfortunate roll away for him. Nikko. It's textbook. For any young players out there that want to emulate somebody's form, Nikko's probably a great person to try to emulate. He's got silky smooth mechanics, as well as this guy, Emerson, making it look easy, just leaving it out to the right side and letting the disc do the work. And that putt got away from GT, boy. He just went from a 2 to a 4 that quick. I've got a little 20-footer, and the breeze is starting to kick up. Again, not my favorite. And I just didn't even give it a good look at all. That is frustrating. We love this game so much. That's why we're out here playing in these conditions. Everybody that's here at the tournament must love it a lot. Especially these touring guys like Nikko driving 10 hours to come play. The guy's a warrior. Been playing tournaments all over the world for many years. Got a great friend base and fan base that loves watching him play. Emerson and Nikko tapping out their 3s. GT gonna tap in for his frustrating 4. And on to hole 12. Excuse me, on to hole 13. It's early morning out here. 373 feet, got 114 meters. Again, another wide open shot. You've got OB on the right side, but that's, that would take a serious case of monkey paw to get over there. Nikko going to be attacking this hole. I would imagine an ace run. He's walking himself through it. Bang. And the wind, he's playing that wind drift, and he pumped that about 40 or 50 long on a nice, easy pull. Maybe about a 40-footer there. Emerson, after the bogey on 11, gets his birdie on 12. He's looking to keep the momentum moving forward here. Super crispy shot. Nice. Now you can see these guys are hanging this out way to the right side, and they're still finishing left. Nikko, he just hit his a little too hard. But I'm going to be hanging this one out to the right. Unfortunately, that's a new disc. And with a little slip, just a little short of the ace, and that one rolls out to about 45. GT coming with his trusty D1. And that looks like it's pretty good width. Just got to sit down. He's calling for it to sit. Gets a nice skip right there. He's going to be pretty close. Oof. I was hoping the wind would just kind of keep that up. We're putting into the headwind there. But that one's close. Should be able to tap out the 3. Nikko coming in with the spin putt. See if he can convert another one of these. Oh, it just fades. Another microsecond of commitment. That one's dead center. GT slide one in there for the birdie. Good putt. When it gets windy on this course, these little elevated baskets all of a sudden become a really big challenge. Especially where Emerson is right now. He's looking into kind of a cross right to left headwind. Again, he's got that weight all the way back. Nice powerful putt right into the pole. Great look. Nikko up and in for his par. Not happy about that, but really cool to see some of the players out here coming to support the group. And since this was a feature cart, we had a few guys walking around and braving the conditions with us, so we all really appreciate that. Hole number 14, 423 feet, just under 130 meters. This hole presented by Kratom, thank you. And this is a hole that's kind of interesting. There's a bunch of different routes to get in there. You could throw a sidearm and play it to the left. As you can see, there's been a couple trees taken down through the years. That is the, I'd say, the most popular gap with a straight shot with the hyzer finish. Something that you're going to hang out there to the right and then just let hyzer in. The basket's pretty well guarded, about 80 feet in from where the tree line is. And this is looking pretty tasty. Oh, just a little inside, just a bit inside from Emerson, but he's gonna have a look from there. And GT getting a read off of what Emerson did again with that D1. He swung this one a little bit wider. I really like this line. Just a tough break there. I mean, if it misses that branch, he's probably got a 20-footer. Nikko playing that wide line. This is looking really good. I think they just hit the same thing. That's crazy. I'm going to be taking the scorp and looking for that wide line with the hyzer again. And this one just got a little too much height on it. A little clip from a tree, and that'll give me a look, but maybe a 45-footer. Emerson back there at about 55. Nice little half and half bid. Not going anywhere if he misses. GT. Big bada boom. Solid chains. Anytime you can connect from out there on a day like this, you know you're picking up a stroke. Yeah, that's the difference from being on the right side to being on the left side, especially with the way the wind's going. I would have been loving to be where Nikko and GT were. And Nikko making it count. That one kind of slid in there. Kind of a weird little action on the disc. Couldn't tell if that one was going in or out, but it stays in. Nice birdie from Nikko and GT there. Emerson and I will tap out our pars. As you can see, it's just still kind of misting. It doesn't really know what it wants to do out there. Hole 15, 206 feet, 63 meters. You're going to see most of the pros with a decent sidearm will play the sidearm route, or someone with a silky smooth backhand and good woods game will go straight up the middle at it. And this hole sponsored by Crowley Disc Golf. Thank you, Crowley Disc Golf. GT. Boy, that was silky smooth. Oh, nice little bump off the tree. And he's going to have something inside 20 feet. Nikko lining it up. Looking to attack. That was a great shot. Going to roll it up there to about a 12-footer. Emerson just sends it straight. Not too happy with that shot. I'm going to be playing that same Glow Firebird, flat topper. I'm going to try to keep it low here and let the disc do the work off the ground. Oh, it was a little too flat. Got a fortunate skip up there, and that'll leave me about just outside 20 feet maybe. With one tree to contend with. Emerson's still very much in place to get his birdie here. Oh, little short. Up and in we go. Little birdie. Any birdie on this course today, I'm very happy. GT carding the birdie. And Nikko will also follow suit and tap in his birdie. Nikko with the upside down putt again. I think he's just practicing it, warming it up for if he really needs it come down the stretch. Emerson with the lone par here. Hole number 16, 275 feet, 84 meters downhill. This is a very interesting hole. Now, where the camera's flying is what I would call the main gap, where you'd see a lot of players maybe play a putter down here. You'd see the short position there on the left. The long position is tucked to the right just a little bit. So a couple different ways you could play this hole. You could play a putter straight down, could play a sidearm straight down, or you might see some players throw over the top and try to play the crash. And GT making it look really easy. That was a nice line. Not sure how much ground play you're going to get today, and kind of any skids or any skips, but really solid move from GT there. Nikko asking for it to drop. Oh, no. That was such a bad kick. 3 inches from a perfect shot. I'm going to be playing the stall shot here. And looking for it to just get on the ground. Doesn't hit anything. Which is kind of surprising. There are a lot of branches to hit over there. Now Emerson, he's playing a nice little hyzer flip up stand-up shot, and that is the play for sure. Hit the stuff and fall down on the green. That was a keystone that he threw there. GT with kind of an obstructed putt, nothing doing there. Should be able to tap out first par. And I'm over there. That one just got a little away from me. Tapped a couple branches. Easy 3. Come on now. Nikko just pitching out there. Not much to do. As we get a view of Emerson lining up his birdie putt, looking to get that stroke back that he lost to the group on the last hole. Solid. Strong side of the chains. Good deuce from Emerson there. As GT walks over, he's going to be looking to tap out the 3. Should be no problem. Good speed on it. GT's just kind of, he's not doing anything too flashy. He's sitting at 4 under. He's looking to be, possibly in the lead of the event. I mean, these conditions are tough. Nikko setting his disc in there. All right, back to the coverage. Hole 17, 429 feet, 131 meters down the hill. Very tricky shot in today's conditions. I think most of the time on a nice dry day, you would see the players throwing an aggressive sidearm out to the left and playing it into the screen. The tough part about it is if your backhand gets over a little too much, you bury yourself in this really nasty bush to the right. So let's see what these guys got. It's like Emerson taking a mid-range disc. Maybe that's his Explorer? I'm not really sure there, but He's just on the edge of that bush. That's not a bad position, but he's going to have a tough look from there. I would say anybody that gets a look on this hole, doing a really good job today. Nikko looks to have turned this over a little bit. Ooh. That bush we were talking about. He's not going to be having a great time in there. Now GT looking to take his sidearm here, going with the dry day play, his D1. And wow, the wind just got a hold of that real quick. But, not a bad place to be. He's looking right down at it. I think a 3 is a pretty common score on this hole today. A little slip off the pad there. But no harm done. It's going to be out in the middle of the fairway. Way far away from the basket. Far enough to where I'm not very tempted to run at it. So a lot of times I like to run these ones. To negate the wind, I did a nice sweeping Anheuser shot. That way it doesn't try to get carried away from me at the end. Now Nikko, you can barely even see him with his attire. Oh, that is such a good out. You guys, you can't really tell off of that angle. That was such a good outplay from where he was. I can't stress that enough, how contorted his body was. Great play from Nikko there. GT just pitching up like we thought he would. And a little bit of a run there from Emerson, but just a little short. Nikko looking for a really solid conversion from where he was. This is maybe 25 feet. Beautiful. Chains held onto that one well. He looks back and knows he got out of there. Really good work from a tour veteran. Someone that's been in a lot of situations before. He's made some incredible saves. Just a really good shot maker. GT sets up in the basket, staying at 4 under. Just kind of cruising, looking to get through this round with a solid number. And on to hole 18. We've got a 409-footer, 125 meters up the hill. We've got OB on the left side early, and what pretty much plays is OB on the right side. You really don't want to go in there either. Ideally, you want to either throw one out to right about where the camera is now, and then you're going to be turning to the right and looking up through the woods. And you can see it's really tucked up in here. This is a very hard deuce, especially in these conditions. You might see a couple of guys go for this shot, playing the power turnover over the top, and then just trying to crash the trees in there and get the look. But I expect most of these guys to throw it pretty straight out here. Oh, no. Emerson with the bad slip there immediately starts holding his hip. Boy, that couldn't have felt good. And it's so hard when you're trying to get these powerful shots off in conditions like this to keep your feet under you. Nikko, on the other hand, making that look sick. Oh, no. Oh, he is not in a good position. That is exactly what I was talking about. He's only 90 feet from the pin, but he's got a jungle to work with there. So GT collecting himself. He needs one more good drive. Taking that D1. Get back on edge. It does. That's in pretty solid position. He would have liked to have thrown it just a little bit further to get the parallel 90-degree over shot, but looking pretty good. I'm just playing a low, flat shot here. Again, would have liked it a little bit further. It's kind of a tricky approach from there. A tight gap, but you've also got crazy undulation on the green that'll Your disc doesn't want to skip to the right. It'll want to skip straight. Now, Emerson, that was a really good shot from where he was. It's unfortunate he didn't get the best result out of it, but kudos for even going for that shot. GT just playing it out and up there. He's going to have a look for his 3. And I did everything I could to get that to skip to the right, but still skip pretty straight. And have a pretty decent look there. Now Nikko buried in jungle. Oh, he's not going to be happy with that at all. Emerson giving it a bid. And now Nikko still in the woods. Boy, this would be a way to finish the round, huh? See what he's got from 45. He's out. He's under the basket, but I'm sure he's not too happy with that finish. And GT, dead center, finishes out his round at 4 under par. Really good round. Didn't, like I said, didn't do anything out of body. Just went out, played the golf, made the shots. Really good round. That should put him up near the lead. Now, this has been the putt I've been struggling with today. Really want this one to go in because don't want to go home on feeling bad. There we go. All right, we're in the basket. Got the par. That's the number I was looking for here. Emerson going to tap out for his bogey, leaving him at 1 over par. Just a tough start for Emerson today. Guy's got a lot of skills and, got a great mind for the game. There's a good shot of he and Nikko. Both of them carding 4s. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. GK Pro Productions. We'll be back tomorrow for round 2 of the Veterans Park Open.